and starts with a B. Asked about it later, Congresswoman Green said that the reporting about her name calling had been impressively correct. Joining us now is Michael Steele, former chairman of the Republican National Committee. Yeah, I knew that'd be a smile on your face. Good to see you, my friend. Thank you for being with us. I guess there are a couple of universes here, right, Michael? There's a universe that the Nancy Maces and others talk about in which they could be going, Republicans could be validly going at Democrats over policy differences and issues and inflation or whatever they want to talk about. And then there's this world where Kevin McCarthy is herding cats around things that even Republicans don't want to do because it doesn't matter. It's nonsensical, symbolic stuff that has no meaning, which Republicans were doing during the entire Obama administration, repealing Obamacare and stuff. It takes the eye off the ball of anything you actually want to achieve.
So it is this world, the Marjorie Taylor Greene Boebert world, that is not only the whirling dervish inside the party, right? Just sort of knocking everything over and disorienting the members. But it is also the gravitational force that is pulling the party further and further away from just general, hey, can we just put up a bill to, do something about health care? Yeah. Because the distraction is so great. The red meat is so real for a lot of the base. They don't know how else to escape this vortex. And so they sink further and further into it. What we saw, what C-SPAN captured, was basically Boebert a little bit, peaked that, all of a sudden Marjorie Taylor Greene figured out how to make herself the fangirl for the speaker. And probably if, these things are what I hear, throwing her weight around on the House, which is really concerning to a lot of members. This is what this is. This is that tension. And what it requires is a referee, a ringmaster, someone who's going to control it. And that's not Kevin, because Kevin has a 4 or 5 seat majority. He can't afford to lose a vote. He can't afford to piss them off. And here we are.
So here's a week, no matter how you feel about this issue, in which the president's adult son has been charged with federal crimes. So if one were to be united about something, the Republican Party could make the news cycle all about that all week. And yet we just saw what we saw in C-SPAN. They're fighting about impeaching Joe Biden over the southern border.
And they're not even fighting about impeaching Joe Biden. They're fighting about who's going to get the credit for the impeachment. So this is where it is. It's not we all agree we want to impeach Joe Biden. All right, fine. We'll put that off till next year. All right. But no, they want credit now. And so you're absolutely right from a political standpoint. If I'm at the RNC, if I'm at the other committees, the NRCC and the Senatorial Committee, I'm gearing up the political narrative around, Hunter Biden's problems and woes that are a drag on the president's bid for reelection, right? But instead, we've got, the scenes captured on the floor in which 2 members who ostensibly should be on the same side are trying to, aggrandize themselves for power.
Now let's just switch to the other conversation, and that is about sort of how our democracy works. This impeachment move was about policy matters at the southern border, right? You can hate everything that Democrats or Republicans think about anything, but this is not impeachment for what we normally think impeachment is. They want to impeach Joe Biden because they don't think he managed the southern border properly.
Impeachment implies that there was some type of malfeasance in office, some maybe criminal behavior, something that is so much of a problem for, constitutionally or otherwise, that is the only recourse. As you rightly note, this is a policy dispute. So put an immigration bill on the floor. You run the House, for God's sake. You've been yapping your lips for how long about immigration, and you can't even produce a bill? Put a bill on the floor. That's what leaders and managers do when they're in this situation. Take advantage of the not just perceived, but real weakness this administration has when it comes to the border, and lay something on the table that will cleave off some center-right Democrats in the House and certainly in the Senate, right? that you can push forward, put the pressure politically as well as policy-wise on the administration. But no, we want to talk about, who gets to impeach him first. And we want, you copied my bill. Oh, sorry, B.
Some weird stuff.
This is where we are. So there is nothing, Ali, to expect other than what you're seeing, because legislatively and policy-wise, the administration knows the GOP's got nothing. So they'll weather the noise on impeachment. They'll weather the noise, such as it is about Hunter. And they'll go out and keep talking to the country as jackhammers are hitting the ground, putting down new streets and roads and sidewalks.
It's something. Good to see you, my friend, as always. Thank you very much.
Right,
Michael Steele, former chair of the Republican National Committee. Thank you, as always. All right, still to come. The U.S. Supreme Court is set to hand down a number of major decisions expected to cause ripple effects around the country. That's not the only